Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be a pickups video, just showing you a few things I've picked up lately. And I think I've got some pretty good stuff, because it's been a long time since I've had a pickups video, so I've got a few cool things since then, so here we go. First off, I have got one called Don't Go to the Reunion. It's got a cool little fake horror sticker there. One of the best films of the year. I thought that was pretty cool. This is kind of a lower budget kind of slasher movie. And I got it on Blu-ray, which, as you can see here, I got 162 of 200. So I guess they've only made 200 on Blu-ray. And I thought it looked pretty cool. Like I said, I'm just a fan of slasher movies. So, and this one's kind of like something happened to the to somebody in 2004, and when they have the 2014, 10-year class reunion, a slasher starts up, I guess you could say. So I'd be kind of interested in it. Don't go to the reunion. So, and I'll show you a few things I got. Here's Slasher Studios. Maybe you can read a little bit of this on here. Check it out. For info, go to slasherstudios.com. So check that out, slasherstudios.com. So, might find something you want on there. They've got a few other movies. And this one is a Blu-ray R. So it's a recorded Blu-ray, but they said it was professional recorded. And I've got a few little fingerprints on there that didn't come like that. And it looks real good, but you can see right there in the middle, you can see the hole where it goes, of course, into the Blu-ray player. But then right beside that, there's the black line in the middle, kind of an oval shape, and I guess that's where the recording is. I've never seen too many of these Blu-ray recordings, so I thought that was kind of cool. But I'd rather have a pressed disc, but they said, that was the only way you could get this. I guess Slasher Studios is kind of a lower budget studio, and maybe when they sell a couple of their movies, they'll start making them press, but that's still kind of cool. I just want to show you what a burnt Blu-ray kind of looks like. I've never seen one before. I thought that was kind of cool. But Don't Go to the Reunion unrated. And I also got two little mini posters for Dismembering Christmas, and of course Don't Go to the Reunion. And it looks like they just took a picture of the cover and kind of printed it off at Walmart, but that's still kind of cool. Or wherever you can print pictures off. That's still kind of cool. They didn't have to throw this in here, but it's still kind of cool, But like I said, go to slasherstudios.com and check out some of this cool stuff they've got. Might be a pretty good movie. I've just not watched. I might have to review this one, so we'll see in the future. Next, I got another one. Now, this is a burnt DVD, and we all kind of know what them look like, so I ain't really gonna. This is Bone Hill Road by Todd Sheets. There's his name, and there's his signature. That's kind of cool. I got it signed by a few of the cast members. So I like that. That's kind of cool. And haven't watched this one yet. It's won quite a few like awards for some of these little companies that they take them to. And it's supposed to be pretty good. I've just not seen it yet. I just now got this. But I'll be kind of interested in this one. Todd Sheets Extreme Entertainment. So go check him out there. And the only thing I didn't like about it, I got it in the mail, and the package was ripped. Well, I didn't think nothing. I'm only getting the DVD. But Todd was actually nice enough to send me this autographed picture of Miss Quigley. And it's signed right here. So I thought that was cool, but then look, it come in the mail, and my package was ripped, which I didn't think nothing of. I'm only getting a DVD, but they ripped the great picture right here. And then he gave me a kind of an autograph, I guess, script page here, which is pretty cool with all these great signatures from, I guess, cast and crew and stuff. And it got ripped. You know, they were just in the package like this. And it was tore up there. The package wasn't got here. I don't know if they tore it when they put it in the mailbox or what they did. I have no idea. You know, the mail is sometimes. And come in and it was ripped like this. Kind of made me mad, but I actually talked to Todd. I messaged him sometime on Messenger, and he was nice enough to say that he's probably got maybe another copy of those, and he'll probably try to send me one out. But if he doesn't, I mean, he was just going to give it to me as a free gift, and I appreciate that. So thank you, Todd, if you're watching. I doubt he's watching this, but thank you, Todd Sheets. So go check him out and check out some of his cool movies. There's a werewolf at the door. And he said he would try to, they had copies, he would try to send me some out. And if I get them, I kind of show it here on the video. But that's pretty cool. Up next, I've got the Uncut Wings Hauser, The Carpenter. And this is a Katrina Nightmare Theater. So I guess you can watch it, I guess, with her comments, I guess, on it. And I haven't seen this one. It looks like a pretty cool movie. And of course, this is Scorpion releasing. So I'll be interested in watching this one. So, not really sure that much about it. The Carpenter is a campy, gender-defying film that is much better than you would expect. It features a light-hearted approach, the unlikeliest of killers, and a unconventional gore scenes. So that might be pretty good. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of like a Carpenter slasher movie, I guess. Not really for sure. So if you've seen this one and you like, well, I mean, if you've seen it, just leave it down there in the comments. What's your thoughts on it? So I thought it might be pretty cool. And this one, I actually got this from a friend he gets a lot of these movies cheap somehow. And he likes more modern movies and stuff, you know. So if I ever find any of those, I trade some of them for these. Usually what I'll do is a lot of those modern movies, the big budget movies, they come with the voodoo codes in there. So if I want to watch them, I'll just get the voodoo code and I'll take them and trade them for movies like this that are harder to find, you know. You might pay, go to Walmart and get one for $20 that somebody like your wife or your kids might want. And you can I get the voodoo code, and they don't collect movies like I do, so I just take the movies and just trade them for stuff like this. So we get to watch the big budget movie, but I also get these wild kind of oddball movies. So I thought it was a good trade, because this one seemed like it's pretty hard to find. The Uncut Wings Hauser, The Carpenter. So if you've got any knowledge of this one, please leave it down there in the comments below. So kind of cool. And I also got One Dark Night, Meg Tilly and Adam West, and this one's a code red. So I thought it was pretty cool, and I like this movie pretty good. I mean, it's almost character building, I guess you could say, till about the last 30 minutes or something. Then it gets kind of exciting. It's a pretty cool movie, but usually I try to watch it till the end, you know, watch all the fun at the end, and I didn't actually pay $8.25 for this. There is 2 copies in this store that I sometimes go to, and the store is, usually they have like, movies that they just get in. They're usually used and already opened and stuff, and sometimes you can find some pretty good ones in there, but they'll be like cheaper movies sometimes. And they had a whole shipment, at least 10 to 15 Kino movies. And I don't know if this was one that Kino was distributing to for Code Red. They were trying to sell for Code Red. And this was in there too, and they had 2 copies of it. And I got the best one. The other one was only $5. They had like different prices on them. So I asked the guy there if I could get this one for the $5, because the other one had like little pings in it and stuff. It wasn't terrible, but it just had it was in a little rougher shape than this one. So he said, sure, he was a Blu-ray and movie collector. Of course, he never heard of this one. He probably likes modern ones, but he heard of Adam West, Batman, and he said, sure, I can get this one for $5. So he rung up the $5 one and let me take this one. So, which that's how it should be. If you've got movies in there for the same movie for different prices, that's kind of weird. I mean, it wasn't like it was like really crushed or nothing. It just had little pings in it and stuff. And this one just looked in a little better shape, so I grabbed this one. So I thought that was cool, getting a Code Red One Dark Night, which I've actually got this on DVD. But figured I'd give it a shot on Blu-ray. One Dark Night from Code Red. And I also found at that same store, this is what they usually have in there. This is the gold that I usually find at that store, stuff like this. Now, this is a second copy. If you watch one of my other videos, I got this one, I think for $1 for my dollar deals. And it wasn't open. And it was still sealed, and this one's actually open, but I got it there for $1. And it's another one that's got Death Scream on it, which is kind of hard to find. And, of course, Deep Red, the Hatchet Murder. And I was happy to pick this one up again. So I got, the One Dark Night and this one at the same store. Like I said, this is what they usually have in there. Sometimes you can find cool deals like this. But this is what they usually have in there. It's got kind of bent up and stuff, a lot of pings on it and stuff. But I didn't care just to grab it for $1 with Death Scream, knowing that it's kind of difficult to find. But, this is what I was going in there to figure I'd find something maybe like this. I found some different ones there. I've found one of these 2-packs that had the movie Scarecrow on it, which that one was pretty cool to get that one on a little dollar set like this. They have quite a few of these sometimes, and sometimes they've got good pairings of movies like this. This is one of the better ones. And I watched Death Scream on this DVD, and it looked pretty decent. I've watched it on YouTube before here, and almost like the YouTube video might have been better than this one was, or they might have been the same. I don't know. It wasn't the best, I guess, scan or the best way to watch it, but still you can watch it on DVD, so it's kind of cool just to have it on DVD. I try to collect slashers on DVD, so I'm glad to get this one. But it just didn't look that great. Of course, this is just a budget, for $1, and you got 2 movies crammed on here, so it might have been VHS quality, I don't know. So it's probably the same as you would watch on YouTube. It might be a little worse, I'm not really for sure. But still, it was kind of cool to get it, though. And it's kind of a fun slasher. It's not the best slasher in the world. I enjoyed it, though. It's got a good... you can kind of guess it's like a slasher whodunit. You can kind of guess who the killer is, but it's still pretty good. They even got like a person that you think it is. I guess the red herring, and they kind of throw that person on you if I'm thinking right, and you never believe them because they try to throw them on there too much. But it had a pretty good little bit of a mystery to it, and I enjoyed it. Death Screams, I thought it was pretty cool. So glad to pick this one up again. Get it for $1. And the hits just keep coming along in the dark with Matthew Landell, Jack Palance, and Donald Pleasence. When the lights go out, the terror begins. And this one's kind of a slasher slash, I don't know, mental hospital slash home invasion kind of movie. It's kind of like these people in this mental hospital. They're the worst of the worst. And where they're housed, the place is kind of controlled. That area is controlled by the electricity or whatever. That's how they kind of keep them in there. They're electrified. Maybe the window, so if you touch the window, it'll shock you. And, that's how they got them housed, which doesn't, to me, it looks like you'd want it electrified, but then you'd want, like, bars and stuff, too. So just in case stuff like this was to happen. But we'll talk into the movie here. Talk about the movie. So, of course, there's a blackout. And of course, when that electricity goes off, well, there's nothing like keeping The four, there's four people in here that escape that are the real bad ones. Keep those four people in there because they don't have any bars and stuff. It was just, I don't know. You know, when the electric goes off, the people can just leave, I guess. And there's a big riot everywhere, and these people are coming after a doctor here that is the new doctor, which is played by Dwight Schultz, Murdoch from the A-Team. If you love the A-Team like I do, you used to love Nutty Murdoch with all his crazy and junk that's going on. But he's the new doctor, and I think the main character, Jack, there, he thinks he killed off the old doctor. So they're going to go attack and they figure out his address, so that's when the home invasion thing kind of goes on. They're all at home or whatever, enjoying a good night, and then this blackout happens, and all the four from the mental hospital, they're trying to break into their house and attack them and kill them and stuff. So it's kind of like them keeping the people out of their house and stuff. It's a pretty fun movie. And it's kind of hard to find. It's on Image Entertainment, so I was happy to pick this one up. It's a pretty fun movie, and I think you can watch this one on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It's a pretty cool one. It's not the greatest movie in the world, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't too bad. So that's Alone in the Dark. Pretty cool. And next, I got Twisted Nightmare, which is If Only It Were a Bad Dream. Well, this is a Code Red, and this is a pretty cool 80s slasher. It's not the best 80s slasher in the world, but it's pretty fun to watch. This one's actually A, B, and C. But it's a pretty fun little slasher. It's not too bad. It's been a little while since I've seen this one. I know it's kind of like this big burly looking person that I don't want to give too much away because it's kind of a fun one. It kind of, as you can see right there, the image of the slasher person that comes out. It's got a little bit of a mystery to it. Not much, but it's got a little bit. But it's still a pretty fun one. Twisted Nightmare. And with that, I got this cool Carrier's magnet with it. My buddy got this on a website or something, and he didn't want it. He was thinking it was a different movie, and it come with this, so I got it too. So that's pretty cool. The Carriers was a movie like the person had some kind of disease, and it wouldn't hurt him, but like if you touched him, he would start getting the disease real bad or something. So that's kind of cool little magnet you can put on your refrigerator if you wanted to. But I thought that was pretty cool, getting Twisted Nightmare. And he thought I don't know what movie he was thinking it was, but it come in and it just wasn't the one that he wanted, so he traded it away, and I didn't have to give much for it, so he was kind of disappointed that this is what he got instead of what he was thinking of. Not really for sure what he was wanting, though. Twisted Nightmare, that's just kind of a different kind of name. I don't know how you'd mix that up, but whatever. I was happy to get it. Kind of a cool looking cover to it. And of course the magnet there. Carrier. So that's kind of cool. And next I got Blood Hook. Once you're hooked, you're dead. And I enjoyed this one. It's kind of a fun, kind of like this of course is Vinegar Syndrome. It's kind of a cool slasher, I guess, that involves a fisherman with a big hook and stuff. Like all the murders happen like with fishing equipment and stuff. I don't know. I've got this one on VHS. I remember watching it, and it's just kind of silly fun or whatever. I enjoyed it pretty good. And I like Vinegar Syndrome, but they mostly put out these weird movies like this one. Like, I don't get into a lot of their movies, but they do their movies. I mean, they look great when you watch them, but a lot of their movies I just can't get into. They're just not ones I want to see. There's a few out there that I enjoy pretty good. But this was one of them, Blood Hook. I remember watching this, just kind of campy fun or whatever. Just a fun, silly slasher that I really like. Kind of one of those that don't take itself too seriously. It's kind of just fun to watch. But that's Blood Hook from Vinegar Syndrome. So that's pretty cool. And last but not least, if I can get this to work good, there it goes. I think you can kind of see that. I'll do it like this. I got Demon Wind with this cool, I guess, lenticular slip cover here. I thought it was pretty good, which is that this is one of those real kind of thick, kind of. Vinegar Syndrome always makes those double, feel like they're double thick slip covers. They're pretty cool, and I thought that was a pretty cool one. I didn't get the slip cover for Bloodhook, but I wanted to get this one. I just thought this one was pretty neat. They do their slip covers pretty cool. They got some really good, and they're usually like, you know, you have to buy like the first so many, and to get this, they don't usually put out that many slip covers. Sometimes they go for pretty high for just a slip cover. It's kind of crazy. But this one's a pretty cool one. And there's Vinegar Syndrome. And this was one of them that they put out that I kind of enjoy too. It's kind of a, I don't think it's a slasher movie. It's kind of reminds you, I guess you could say, The Evil Dead. Taking equal inspiration from The Evil Dead. I mean, it kind of does. You know, I'm a big Evil Dead fan, so. But, I mean, it's just kind of an oddball movie. But, you know, Vinegar Syndrome, this is probably one of their better ones that they put out that's kind of cool. But this is what they usually get, these off-the-wall kind of movies. Some of them work for me and some of them don't, you know. But I was happy to pick this one up. And I got this from a buddy that just had both of them, and he watched them, and he wasn't too enthralled with them. He got them when they had some kind of big sale on their website. And he just picked them up to check them out, and then he watched them once, and he was like, well, they're not what I thought they were be, because they're kind of, this one and Bloodhook are a little bit silly, sort of. I know Bloodhook's silly. This one's a little better, but not the best movies in the world. If you're fans of real low-budget movies, you'd enjoy them, but he just got them to check them out, and he'll, like, get them to rent them. It's almost like he's renting to watch it one time, and then I reap the benefits, I guess you could say, because if he doesn't like them, he'll trade them to me. So I thought that was pretty cool, getting the Demon Wind. And he got both of these on when they had like some kind of big sale on their website. So I don't think he paid that much for both of them put together. So I thought that was kind of cool. And that'll be it for my pickups video. And I know it's a long video, but I thought I had some kind of cool stuff to show off. So I'll see you next video. Have a good one.